Ari Melber's been watching with us. He's made his way to the Washington Bureau. Ari, a couple of things here. Number one, people are hearing the summation of today's 7 hours. That is a summation. If people dialed in and sampled part of it, they were liable to see much less action. Number two, what happened today depends on your network filter of choice. It'll be a dramatically different hearing across 6th Avenue from us here in New York. And number three is legally what happened today.
Well, a lot happened. I think we're watching this footage of Bob Mueller making his way off Capitol Hill here at the end of the day. And Brian, legally, we saw two very different hearings in the morning and afternoon. And let's just remember, as now we've taken it all in, they were in reverse chronological order. Right. The special counsel was here to investigate election meddling, and that's volume one. Then on the way, he indicted and secured guilty convictions for people who obstructed, and also did a very detailed investigation because there was so much smoke over whether the president himself obstructed justice. But Americans watching this today began with those obstruction questions, number two, and then in the afternoon went to number one. I say that because I think it goes to the substance of your question of what did we see legally. We saw in reverse those two issues played out today. So in the morning, you can really take it all together and say the question was, is President Trump a crook? And Mueller's answer is, it's not for him to say. And in the afternoon, the question was, should the President of the United States act better than a crook? And Mueller's answer was, yes, right, he should. And that's why, as Chris and others have mentioned, we saw Mueller step outside of this narrow, formulaic, legal set of elements that you check of whether someone committed a felony and say, of course it's unpatriotic, of course it's problematic. At one point we saw Bob Mueller, who's not only the former special counsel, but someone with a lot of national security cred as a former FBI director, say not only that he fears this is the new normal, they're attacking us today from Russia, but that he thinks, and he concludes from his work, that candidate Trump boosted illegal activity by Russia. I think legally and substantively, that's a wow moment, even though we also know, in fairness to the president, that's not something that Mueller found chargeable. So you take it all together in what I'm calling this reverse order, and you have what Jay Sekulow and the White House team says is still, at the end of the day, good news for them because they don't see the criminal bar being met. And then you have also Bob Mueller, by the end of the day in the afternoon, in his own careful way, swinging a 2x4, but doing it the Mueller way, methodically, slowly, carefully, but nonetheless a 2x4 saying the President of the United States should act better than this and shouldn't be cavorting and inviting and flirting with what Mueller says and charged as Russian election crimes.
Ari Melber.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.